Hello, I'm Andi Singh, and I'm going to read your monthly horoscope, the monthly horoscope for November, for those who are Rooster. Now, for those who are Rooster, the first 21 days of Scorpio are going to be 50-50 kind of a day. You'll have your share of ups and you'll have your share of downs. But my only worry is that you may appear to be too daring to go after what you want. So try and control that part of it. Otherwise, you have a lot of support for whatever you want to do in the first 21 days of November if you are Rooster. Now let's talk of your career. Good news can come unexpectedly. A long-term plan can be made, and you will find that your areas of responsibility can become bigger, which means you may attract promotion and you may attract more money as well. In your area of business, you may attract good contracts or meeting good contacts. So be active, socialize in the sense of doing it when you mix business and pleasure. So a good time for you during the first 21 days of Scorpio to chase for business. Regarding general finances, there seems to be help coming for you in financial areas. So the level of stress is not very high. But as I said, it's 50-50. The negative part of career, business, financial areas for the first 21 days of November for you who are Rooster are if you are too daring and too pushy, and also if you are too blunt and too aggressive. So be patient and flow with the tide. Regarding romance, unexpected meetings in a romance situation can lead very quickly to a long-term tie-up. That's the good news. And you will find that somebody who is quite important and somebody really worthwhile can come your way. So a good time to make a chase in the romance areas for the first 21 days of November. Also, in your marriage area, you are going to be under control. The only downside is aggression from you. You cannot control other people's horoscope, only your own. So you must not show a tendency towards being aggressive. So use words which are soft and polite and actions which are very soft as well. That way you will get what you want and your marriage areas will be very sound and stable. General family happiness, I don't see anything wrong for you in Rooster for the first 21 days. Nothing very dramatic, except that you may show your temper once in a while, so control that part of it. Regarding your health for the first 21 days, my worry for you is some difficulty of blood pressure, some difficulty in areas of the heart. So look out in these two areas. And if you are a woman, there is some worry regarding your gynecological areas. So if there are any signs or tendencies of pain in those related areas of gynae areas, if you're a woman, go and look for a consultation with a specialist. Okay. I'm going to mention some ages, and these ages that I mentioned, if you happen to be in those ages, you must be extra cautious. Now, if you are the ages of 25 or 34 or 43 or 52 or 61 or 70 or 79. Now, if you are of any of these ages in the first 21 days of November, and if you are a Rooster, then tell yourself that difficulties for people in these ages will be very high. You will attract losses of money, your career will not be very stable, you will a tendency to experience breakups of romance and difficulties in marriage, and the health areas which I mentioned may be of a more serious problem. If you are of the other ages which I have not mentioned, you will be more in control. Regarding colors, I would like you to avoid the color gray as much as possible, the color gray as much as possible for the first 21 days of November if you are a Rooster. What you should wear is a lot of white. The color white will bring a lot of good situations, make everything very safe for you to do. Regarding travel, if you are going to travel in the first 21 days, don't take risks. That's my only worry for you. Otherwise, there isn't much problems of having difficulties in a travel. When I say don't take risks, I suppose don't go to countries where there's a risk to be in at the time. Don't be too adventurous. Don't expose yourself unnecessarily to difficulties by wanting to visit countries which are not stable. That way is what I mentioned. Now I'm going to talk to you about your last 9 or 10 days of November, if you are Rooster. Now your last 9 or 10 days are again 50-50. There are some serious difficulties here for you. And the serious difficulties in career are that you can attract bad news and can be let down and disappointed very badly. So be prepared for that. In business, the same thing. You can feel played out or let down, and the disappointment will be very, very strong. And also in difficulties in the last 9 or 10 days, my worry would be for you as opposition comes very quickly against you. That's for your career and business areas. Opposition can include competition that's stronger than yours and therefore overtakes you. So financial areas a bit shaky for you in the last 10 days of November. But there are 1 or 2 good planets here as well. They are also seen here as planets that help you to expand your responsibility, which means that a promotion could also be possible, but with this promotion will come complications as well. In your romance area, in the last 9 or 10 days, I would advise you to be cautious in the sense that you may want to be too hasty or impatient in getting there. Number 2, you can meet a serious disappointment when you find out from a third party about the person you are interested in. And thirdly, emotionally, you can be very upset very quickly. In marriage areas, the problems of argument and the problems of debating something endlessly should be avoided. Otherwise, this can produce instability in your marriage in the last 9 or 10 days. But the good news, is there any good news? I don't see any. So you should be careful in the last 9 or 10 days that in your marriage area, just lie low and don't inflame problems that already exist, and don't light a fire so that new problems can start to appear. Try to be polite and try to be friendly. Overall, your family area in the last 9 or 10 days can be brought under control. It's all a matter of your temperament being brought under control in the last 9 or 10 days of November if you are Rooster. Now regarding your health, for the last 9 or 10 days, from what I can see here, I am a little worried for you regarding your stomach, which may be very gastric and may act up a lot, and also regarding your intestines. So some parts of your intestines may also be not behaving very well. So be very careful where you eat or where you drink during the last 9 or 10 days of November. And by the way, if you are a woman, then I'm a little worried for you regarding the ovaries. So if you have some discomfort of bloating means a stomach that is bloated, then no harm going to get yourself checked out, because some warning of ovarian problems can start to show up in your last 9 or 10 days of November for those of you who are Rooster. Regarding your colors, I would like you to avoid the color gray again, and this time I would like you to go for the color again white. So for the whole month of November, your undergarments and your top garments, try to have some white somewhere or another. If you are traveling in the last 9 or 10 days of November, I don't see serious problems, except that you may become too hasty and impatient and thereby make mistakes, whether they are financial mistakes or losing your baggage or things like that. The other thing I worry about is that I would like you to avoid the sea for the last 9 or 10 days, because there's some difficulty coming from the sea. So play safe and swim in swimming pools which are fresh water would be safer for you. And that's what I have to tell you for those of you who are Rooster for the month of November. Thank you and goodbye.